We gotta talk about Binance Coin, guys, because right now I think the big boys, the rich guys, the elite, the guys with money, I think they're buying Binance Coin right now. BNB. Now we're gonna talk about the chart in a little while, and I'm gonna show you why this chart is actually looking very, very nice, very good. But before we do that, I wanna explain to you on a psychological level what I think is happening in Binance Coin right now. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna watch a video first. We're gonna watch a short first, and I'm gonna show you a Twitter account that you might wanna check out later on. And I'm gonna explain to you what I think is happening with Binance Coin and why Binance Coin actually might be a very good buy. Now, of course, not financial advice and all of that, but let's check out a video first.
The oldest trick in the book. If you want to buy a lot of something, what do? You shit on it. Right? When George Soros wanted to corner the market in copper, right? What did he do? He didn't go out and buy a bunch of copper. He went out and sold a bunch of copper and spread rumors that copper was going to zero. Then you swoop in and buy a whole bunch after the price collapses. That's what I think went on last year. Did
you hear that, guys? This is very, very important. You shit on something, you FUD on something, the price collapses, you buy, right? There is a guy on Twitter called 2 Pauper. This is one of the guys that's actually been doing this. So he's been working for a company. He actually explained this in very detail somewhere, in his, a couple of years ago, I think. And he explained this in very detail about how he was actually doing this. So they would have, rich guys come in, say, hey man, we want to buy this thing or that thing, very, very cheap. And they will create some kind of FUD. They will wait for price to normally start going down. They will create some kind of FUD. They will drop the price even more by, spreading rumors through different channels to get the big newspapers to, pick up these news and get everybody, the fear to spread around. They will drop the price and they would, of course, buy it on the bottom. And as you can see here, even George Soros have been doing that. So big money right now, I think they're doing that exact thing. Now, the chart on Binance Coin does not look that bad. It actually looks very good. It doesn't look bad. Yes, the Binance Coin had a big drop over here. From the top to the bottom over here, it was down something like 37% on the downside. But it's a 30-40% move towards the downside. And the big boys right now are buying this very, very bottom over here. Very, very bottom over here, right? So they did not know how much is going to go down. It went down over here. It started climbing up here very, very nicely. There was no lower low after June. It was just climbing steadily towards the upside. These are very, very strong charts. We've been saying before, any kind of chart after a capitulation period over here, this is a capitulation period, after a capitulation period, any kind of chart that does not create any kind of, lower low after a capitulation period is a strong chart. You will see this on Matic. I don't know if Matic right now went below this level, but you will see on a strong chart, you will see that the price does not go below, capitulation level lows. Any kind of chart that does that is a very, very strong chart. There is something fundamentally good about that people do not want it. Other coins will do, create lower lows and stuff like that. Bad coins will go before, will do a bull market and then they will go down even lower than where the bull market actually started, which is actually quite bad. Now, what you're gonna see here on the Binance chart is that we are nowhere near where the previous bull market started. This is a very, very strong chart. So technically, just looking at the chart looks extremely strong. Over here is a capitulation period went up here, it pulled back down. Right now it's consolidating up here. Is it gonna jump down even more? Is there gonna come more FUD? I'm a little bit unsure about that because chart has played out very, very nicely so far. Now, of course, everything taken in consideration, of course, it can drop down for whatever reason. But the way I see it, what's happening up here, they have been, the price has been going up here. It started curving down a little bit, comes down to some kind of support level up here, and then a whole bunch of FUD comes out. Binance get sued. Right now they are laying off people. There is this FUD, there is that FUD. There is a whole bunch of stuff that's happening right now on Binance, and it dropped down 30% right now. Down here it's consolidating on the weekly time frame, on the 200 moving average, on the bottom down here. The big question is, are the big boys buying over here? And the way I see it, just by analyzing the chart based on some kind of psychological movements and some kind of technical targets, I mean, this is a buying opportunity. If you believe that Binance Coin is going to continue towards upside, if you believe that Binance is not going to, drop down and die, get, split up in 5 different companies and stuff like that, right? If you believe that Binance Coin and Binance is going to survive, this is a buying levels. It's just a normal, you know, FUD towards downside where the big boys are actually buying. Now, if you look at this over here, there is actually nothing wrong with the chart. Literally nothing wrong with the chart. It went down to the support level. Sure, it did break down. Sorry about that. Just remove that. Sure, it did break this, you know, trend over here towards downside, but this is normal during any kind of FUD, right? So what we are expecting right now is move up here towards the upside and then continuation towards the upside, because this is a 200 moving average on the weekly time frame. And we look at the down here on some kind of momentum. This is a weekly momentum up here. You'll see that the weekly momentum up here is actually climbing towards upside. So it is 200 moving average, and momentum up here right now is climbing towards upside. If you see down here, what is it? You'll see that the price is going towards downside on the weekly time frame, with the RSI going towards upside. We got a bullish divergence on the chart. There is no oversold right now it's sitting down at 37 levels up here. It went down on the weekly time frame to 30 levels down here. During capitulation phase, it went down only to 30 on the RSI, which is very, very low levels. So just imagine that this is, for whatever reason, is gonna, you know, continue tumbling towards downside. Unless Bitcoin does that, and we still don't believe that Bitcoin is gonna do that, it's really hard to see that this bottom over here is, for whatever reason, very, very bad. And the way I see the chart right now is that big boys are buying. They created a FUD, they've dropped the price down, and you gotta ask yourself, what is the next thing to come? Is there gonna come more FUD? Is there gonna come something else that's gonna drop it below 200 moving average? Because if nothing comes right now that doesn't drop it below 200 moving average, you can only assume that it's just gonna continue right now from over here towards the upside, right? It might continue sideways up here for more, because you can see here that the 10 moving average is coming down here, 20 and the 50 moving average is coming down, so it needs to get up on the moving averages, needs to climb it, you know. This part over here can continue for a little while longer, but overall, I just want to say that I do not believe that there is any kind of big problems with the chart. It looks good. It has been looking good for a very long time. It did, if you go to monthly time frame up here, it did, you know, 100x from the corona bottom to the very top up here, 107x. So 100x up here, give or take. Up here, it was actually 100x, you know, 100x exactly, you know, move towards upside. So from bottom up here, 2022 to towards top, you know, Binance Coin did 100x. It pulled back and it's still up. It's still up something like you know, 37x from the previous bottom down here. The chart looks very, very strong. It is looking good. It's, you know, this monthly time frame holding the 50 moving average on the monthly time frame. Yes, the moving average is coming close down here, and you know, people think, oh, it's gonna drop down even lower towards downside over here, but I don't believe that. You know, when you have strong coins, when you have charts that are looking very strong, very bullish, and Binance is the leader in this space. If Binance drops, you know, if Binance goes down, everything goes down with it, right? So the big question is, do you think the Binance is gonna collapse? Do you think that this is the end of Binance hegemony in the crypto space? And I do not think so. I don't think it's gonna die. I don't think it's you know, it's doing anything you know, bad. Yes, they are going after the Binance, but you saw what happened after what happened with XRP. The SEC and the US and the governments went after XRP. They're trying to take it down, trying to blame, you know, say that security, whatnot, right? The FUD goes for a long period of time, you know, price goes down, you know, big rich people buy the coin, and then suddenly, oh, it's no longer security, just exposed towards upside. Something like that might be happening on Binance Coin as well. You know what? You know, a lot of rich people sitting around the, you know, chairs smoking their cigars, and like they're like, hey man, how can we get in on this, you know, Binance sticky? And they're like, and one of the guys is like, you know what? Let's spread FUD that it's a bad stuff that's gonna die. Let's sue it. Let's you know, get him to lay off the people. Of course, they're gonna lay off people when you are in some kind of bear market and you're fighting your second stuff like that, right? And then we'll buy cheap, and then suddenly, you know, sunshine and rainbows after that. So that's what I'm thinking is happening right now. But it is on a very, very strong support level. This is 200 moving average up here. 50 moving average on the monthly time frame. There is a, you know, major support level down here at the bottom at what's that, at 222. Very important level up here at the bottom, right? 222, give or take. Let me just, there we go, 222, very nice level. Very important level of support, right? On the weekly time frame, that's also a little bit above that. There is at 232, there is 200 moving average. So you can see down here, we are at a major level of support. So unless Binance dies and something, you know, critical happens with Binance, something like, you know, FTX happened or something like some crap like that. This is the bottom, the way I see it. And right now there is so much bearish and so much FUD that I don't see any way, you know, any way how this cannot go towards the upside. Of course, again, not financial advice and all of that. Thank you for watching. Watch the next video. Bye bye. I'll see you around. Where is my outro? There is my outro. Enjoy.